Eagles. Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Halftime Show. It's 10-6. The Chargers have the lead over the Philadelphia Eagles in one of the weirdest halves of football I've ever seen, and probably the worst half of football I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play. There was 6 total turnovers in the first half. The Eagles got more yards than the LA Chargers, but man, was it ugly. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of conversation to have about the first half of football. I will say this. It's 10-6 at halftime. If you're going to win this football game as the Eagles, you got to reinvent 24. The running game and the defense are going to win you this football game, because it's certainly not going to be Jalen Hurts. At least so far, it's not going to be. That was, I kid you not, the worst half of football I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play. He had 2 interceptions. He had what should have been a 3rd interception that was dropped by the Chargers defensive back. He recovered the fumble on the player who was returning his first interception, and then he fumbled the ball again. I mean, he made history. You know, there's that clip that floats around social media. Every time Jalen steps on the field, he makes history. Well, how about that for some history, everybody? 2 turnovers, 1 play. All right? It's like 2 birds with 1 stone. 2 turnovers, 1 play. All right. On a positive note, Saquon Barkley looks pretty good in this game. He's got 13 carries for 69 yards. He's got the long and 19 already. Dallas Goedert, 4 catches, 49 yards. I will say on the Chargers side, Herbert looks uncomfortable. He doesn't look good. He had that one crazy nice throw cross body, but outside of that, he does not look comfortable. If you take away the run game in this game, or you take away the Chargers' ability to run, to me, it feels like the Eagles can still be able to squeak a win out here. But this has been a really bad half of football. And I will remind you, the Chargers will get the ball after halftime. I'll talk to John McMullen here in just a second. I can't wait to see what John has to say about that historic half of football logged by the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, what is going on? It's a time that we have a conversation on Jalen Hurts. It's only halftime. Let's get to the end of the game here, but I think that conversation is going to have to come. He's just not seeing the field well. It almost looks like he's seeing ghosts. I mean, that last interception, or no, the one with the crazy play, I mean, I don't know where he was throwing. There was 3 defenders right there on a simple slant route for A.J. Brown across the middle of the field. 3 defenders. I mean, and they're all sitting there right there staring at Jalen Hurts. I don't know what he was looking at right there. He's seeing shadows. He's seeing ghosts. He's seeing something out there, but he's not reading the field well, and it's really hurting the Philadelphia Eagles. They are lucky. I will say this. They are lucky to be down right now by only 4 points in the football game, and I don't think the Chargers are going to move the ball very well here. So, I think the Birds can still win the football game, but Jalen's going to have a much better half here in the second half than he did in the first half. Let me text J-Mac, make sure he's coming. And we'll get Johnny Mack on to give his reaction. I mentioned Jalen Hurts, 10 of 19 for 95 yards in the half. He took 1 sack, brutal first drive sack, and he had 2 picks in the half. And then he had Saquon Barkley, 13 for 69. A.J. Brown is 2 for 33. So not a great first half for the Eagles, and a historic first half when it comes to turnovers. 6 total turnovers in the first half, by the way, guys. Let's bring John McMullen in right now. Johnny Mack, what the hell did you just watch, my friend?
Woo! Yeah, very uncharacteristic. I mean, 2 Jalen Hurts turnovers on the same play, 6 turnovers, as you mentioned. I think there were 5 turnovers over 11 plays. Just an ugly first half from both sides. I thought the Eagles defense played really well, except for that early drive, which was really just a 60-yard play out the back door, most of it. If you take that away, they've given up 67 yards in the first half. So I think they've done a really good job taking advantage of that pathetic Chargers offensive line. It's just a disaster.
Real bad.
I do think that Vic did some interesting things to replace Jalen Carter that I did not expect. He's using everybody inside as a pass rusher. Jalen Phillips, and he got that hit Jalen Hurts' arm on that last interception that Jake Elliott wasn't able to take advantage of. Brandon Graham's been inside. I saw Jalen Hunt inside. So they're using all these different looks in obvious passing situations as pass rushers inside, normally outside guys. So I thought that worked very well. That Nakobe Dean blitz was tremendous, running over Hampton. He's done that a couple times this year. Had that great play, Cooper DeJean in coverage. A lot of positive things for the defense, but the offense was pretty bad, except they got Saquon going a little bit. And I think they should lean on that. This is not, obviously Jalen Hurts is not having a good day. And one of the rare times this year, the Eagles have actually out yardaged the opponent, not outscored. They're down 10-6. So they got to finish some of these drives. It seems to always be penalties. Jordan Mailata with the big holding call that takes the A.J. Brown touchdown off the board. A lot of missed opportunities, but as bad as they played, still only a 10-6 game at halftime. So that's a positive.
John, was that the worst half of football you've seen Jalen Hurts play?
Yeah, it's up there. Some bad ones early in his career when he took over for Carson Wentz, but certainly since he's established himself, that's up there about as poor as he's played. 27.2 passer rating at the half. The interceptions starting to pile up. He had one, and now all of a sudden he's got four. He had two coming in. He's got four total. Then that one play obviously was a disaster. You have the fumble on the back end of it. And he doesn't seem to be seeing the field well. And remember, he could have had another interception, but Mickens couldn't come up with the catch when he sailed the ball over Jahan Dotson's head. So if you go back to that Green Bay game in Brazil where they scored some points, he had a bunch of turnover-worthy throws in that game, though, and weren't taking advantage of them. Green Bay on that particular day. But
John, is there any scenario in this game where you could see them benching Jalen Hurts at least just for the remainder of the game? I mean,
no, come on, stop. Stop. No, absolutely not. I mean, I don't understand the emotion of, Justin Herbert's not playing well. He's
got a broken hand.
He's got a broken hand, and nobody's calling for Trey Lance. You don't bench quarterbacks, established star quarterbacks. Not done.
Just asking. It's all over the Eagle ether. So I'm just asking the question, John. What do the Eagles have to do here in the second half? To me, it feels like 24. Man, you got to run the ball and rely on that defense to make some plays as they did in that first half.
Yeah, well, I don't see the Chargers moving the football unless they get a new offensive line at halftime. So I think the Eagles are going to do a good job defensively. And they have to find ways to finish the one or two opportunities they're going to get on offense, and really eliminate those, like the holding call, as I said, to Jordan Mailata. But they got to find a way to get it into the end zone. And then I think San Diego, the Chargers will start to limp because, again, you got a wounded quarterback behind that offensive line, and Vic is really bringing the heat. I'd be interested to see the blitz numbers because it's certainly more than usual. So I think he knows, hey, as I said, you got a wounded quarterback out there and nobody can protect him. So
yeah,
I think he's taking advantage.
I'll tell you, the Chargers are limping in this game. I still feel like the Eagles are going to win the game.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I don't see how Los Angeles is going to move the football unless they can figure out the run game. And the Eagles are kind of moving it at time. I mean, Dallas Goedert had a good first half. Saquon had maybe his best first half of the year, maybe that Giants game. But so there's some positives but the quarterback is not playing well. Doesn't mean bench him, but he's not playing well.
A couple more picks. I mean, Johnny made history. 2 turnovers in 1 play, baby. Let's go, J-Mac. History is history, my friend. All right, John, good stuff, man. We'll talk to you in the postgame. All right, brother?
All right, see ya.
All right, dude, later. There's Johnny Mac. John McMullen joining me here in the halftime show. I'll get to our super chats right now. Guys, this is a hilarious. Sometimes you got to laugh through it, all right? That was a hilarious half of football. By every metric, that was a hilarious half of football, all right? Eagle fan says, bench QB1, he's done. Tanner time rest of the year. I don't see it, but I don't think you're crazy like John does. Walkel says, a brewing disaster. Yes, it is, Walkel. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Here's Corporate Pumper. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go. Tanner soon. Pumper looking for Tanner McKee. Harv says, I keep seeing 23, 23, 23. Harv, me too. Celso, what's up, Celso? Tanner Brady to the rescue. Noodle Arm Hurts back to the bench with some crayons and a coloring book. Let the grown men play. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Komu Dose. Big Sills is right. Hurts is limited. Looks like he doesn't want to run and is staring down the wide receiver he's throwing him. Komu, I'm not sure what you've been watching for 4 years, but he's been staring down receivers for 4 years. Pumper says, Jalen Hurts is the Grinch who stole Christmas. We need old St. McKee to save us. You guys make me laugh when I'm talking to John and I'm reading the chat and I look over and I see a hilarious comment and I break out into a belly laugh. I got to put my head down. Here's our gravy. I'm emotionally checked out. It's inevitable. Feels like it. Go Birds. What's up, buddy? Who is paying John to protect Hurts? I don't think anybody's paying John to protect Hurts. Eagles fan Clark, wake the F up, Johnny Mac. Yeah, John didn't want to hear any of that. Pumper, now I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth. And Tanner, I owe it all to you. Z, soon, brother. Pumper is looking for Tanner McKee to enter the game. I don't think it'll happen, but that is the worst half of football I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play. Ugly game. He's not seeing the field. It almost looks like he's seeing ghosts. I mentioned that in the open. Just not playing well right now, and he's going to have to be better if this team wants to win this football game. Again, I feel like the way the defense is playing and the way the Chargers offense is playing, it feels to me like the Eagles can still win this football game. The fact that they're only down 4, I think, is a welcome sign and a good thing for this team. The Chargers do get the ball after half, so we'll see if the defense can make a play and get another stop. Again, everybody, we're relying on the defense. I mean, let's be real here. The defense either going to take us to victory or we are going to limp home. All right, they are going to call them a Greyhound bus. Let the plane fly home empty. All right, put Big Dom on the plane and call a Greyhound bus for the Eagles team because they didn't show up. All right, love all you guys. Second half coming up. Let's see what happens. We're going to have a good postgame show. All right? We're going to have a good postgame show. Sometimes you got to laugh through it. When you have 2 turnovers on 1 play, you got to chuckle a little bit. All right? Just football, everybody. Love all you guys. See you next time, everybody.
EAGLES. Eagles.